And that brings us to this story. The South Georgia town of Camilla is 70% black, but there are only 2 African-American police officers on the force there. And at the cemetery, a fence separates black graves from white ones.
The mayor is black, but the majority white city council passed an ordinance that prevents him from having a key to City Hall. Despite appearances, many city employees insist that racism does not exist in Camilla. CBS 46 political analyst Rashad Richey traveled to Camilla to challenge that assertion.
It's Real Talk with Rashad Richey on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Voice of the community, now getting real with Richey. Yes? Wow, I got a lot to talk about. I was not with you guys last Friday, and there's a reason. Because of Camilla, Georgia. They had their first African-American male mayor, and that this mayor was refused keys to City Hall. The population was 70% African-American, but at the time, they did not have one black police officer. The cemetery was separated by a fence, black and white. And what separated them was a fence at the city-owned cemetery. And the list goes on and on. So I said, well, this sounds a little too sensational to be true. So I got in touch with the mayor. He confirmed that these things were accurate and that he refused to go to another city council meeting until his city became desegregated. On Friday, I went to Camilla, Georgia to really dig deep, to talk directly to everybody involved. The first visit I made was to the mayor. Mr. Mayor, if you would, come down here and tell, for those who may not know it, what's happening in Camilla, Georgia.
Well, back in December, I began boycotting my city council to protest invidious racial segregation and discrimination within my city.
The mayor gave me a letter.
Well, my letter is generally asking anyone within this jurisdiction in my capacity as mayor to cooperate with you.
So I took this letter to City Hall. Well, I have a letter from the mayor who is encouraging cooperation, okay, because of the allegations about racism, bigotry, prejudice in the system. Is there racism, prejudice, and bias in Camilla?
Not that I know of. I've been working here 60 years.
Have you heard the allegations about the city cemetery being split between black people on one side, white people on another side, and a fence that split the two? Are you aware of that?
I am.
You said you were getting complaints from citizens?
Absolutely, yes.
Maybe you should be talking to the citizens.
Oh, I have. Is there racism, prejudice from city government toward residents of Camilla, Georgia?
Again, I ask if you will talk to Miss Brenda Cross, okay?
We're talking about citizens in Camilla that have made these allegations
but
against.
I'm not in a position to answer those questions, and once again, I'll be glad to get you a meeting scheduled with our city manager.
Okay, where's the city manager at today?
He doesn't work on Friday.
Do you know any racist white people in Camilla, Georgia?
Not that I'm aware of.
There are no.
I've never run across them, I'll put it that way.
You have never come in contact with any racist white person ever in Camilla, Georgia?
No.
Can you read this letter, ma'am? I have a letter from the mayor.
No, thank you, sir. See the city manager, city clerk.
They're complaining about government. Do you not work for government?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are you willing to answer my questions?
No.
Was the cemetery actually segregated, black and white?
You would need to fill out an open records request, and you need to talk to Mr. Sykes.
I need to fill out an open records request to find out if black people are buried next to white people.
Yes, sir.
This city is 70% African American. How many black police officers do you have? Do you guys have more than one black police officer?
Yes, we have 2 recruits that are going to the academy right now.
You have 2 black police officers.
Yes, sir. We have 1 black police officer and 2 recruits.
So I went outside of the police precinct. There were 2 officers leaving the building, and I approached these officers. I really just want to talk to the chief of police. No, I can't talk to the chief. Cops running away from me. That's a first. I can't talk to the chief of police. Okay. All right. Everybody's ignoring me. But I got a letter from the mayor. We went and spoke to residents of Camilla. One resident did acknowledge, a white male, he did acknowledge that racism exists in Camilla, Georgia.
Racism, racism, racism. The racism didn't come here till he was elected mayor.
So the current mayor is the one that created the racism that exists right now.
That's correct.
We spoke to black residents as well. They did confirm. Do police target African Americans in Camilla?
Yes, like if you're walking late night, they'll get behind you, show lights and stuff.
They're trying to recall the mayor because he made issue about what was happening with the city. They're trying to get vengeance on him.
That's right. See, you got a lot of Uncle Tom type people in the city. You know, they want to kiss up to the, I would say, the status quo for people with the money.
Let me give you my thoughts about Camilla, Georgia. Camilla has issues. Camilla has serious issues. You have an African American population complaining about prejudice, non-equity. They are complaining about police officers profiling them, city government not giving African Americans contracts or employment to the rate of their population. You see, if this city was 70% white and they only had one white police officer, 0 white contractors, that would be an issue. That would be a problem. That's not fair to the local community that makes up the city. It is my hope, it is my prayer that the mayor, the city council, and the residents of Camilla, black and white, rich and poor, young and the not so young, that they find a way to work together in peace and harmony. Because if they do not, Camilla could be the next Ferguson. And that's my take.
I'm thankful to you for exposing all these injustices going on, and it's sad to know that, but these are all calculated, and these are by design.
Well, Rashad, Richey joins us now, and it does make you wonder how some could continue to stay in Camilla, but that's their home, right? I mean, and they have a right to be there and live comfortably. But good news for them, there have been some changes that have been made.
Some changes have taken place, and I got to tell you, it was a surreal moment, many times, many conversations. But yes, the cemetery that was split by a fence, the city manager did order the fence taken down after we broke the story. In addition to that, a few black police officers were hired. I think they are at 2 black police officers and maybe 1 recruit at the moment. And also the mayor never got paid. He was mayor for almost 2 years and never received a paycheck. He finally got a paycheck after we left Camilla, Georgia. He was paid for the first time.
Yeah, still more work to be done there.
Still more work to be done.
Something that you will continue to follow.
We'll stay on top of it.
Rashad, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're back right after this.